So, Gordon, Celtic sitting pretty at the top of the Scottish Premiership. Do you expect it to be the same come the end of the season?
Yeah.
Conversation over then.
You've got to. First of all, that game was terrific tonight. I mean, terrific. It had everything. It had sending off, goals, good goals, excitement, daft tackles. You name it. We were watching some of the stuff that was coming on. It filled the screen, so that's good. Do I think Rangers can win it? Again, probably not. I just think at this moment in time, Celtic have got enough in their locker to get through. Again, it doesn't get help that Morelos gets sent off. He'll be losing him for a few games. But that was good management and well worked with Rangers, because people are asking why are you getting Defoe on for situations like this, or Morelos goes off the ball. Plus, he may have got sold if something really big had come in. So that's why Rangers sign him. But getting sent off allows Defoe to come back. So they'll play the system they like playing. They're at their best where they have one main striker, two off the side and three in midfield. They try to do it with the two of them. It didn't work as well. So I think that was good management with Celtic. And what's happened is, with Rangers, and because Rangers got such a good result against Celtic the last Old Firm game, the backers went, by the way, we're close. From, I think, before that game, they're thinking, right, we're doing well this season. Fine.
They need convincing to a certain degree.
They needed, that was a convincing result. Not only the 3 points, but saying to the backers, if you can just give us a wee bit, we'll push. And they will now push Celtic. And this will go the last couple of games of the season.
And I think you have to say that Steven Gerrard, I think, has done an incredibly good job up there. When he went there, I thought it's a big gamble. You know, to try and close that gap on Celtic was going to be what was going to be success for him. You know, how close was that gap going to be?
I think success would be taking him to the last 3 or 2 games of the season.
And that's so. I mean, that's difficult. You know, it was always going to be difficult for him. It's a big job, and I think it was a big gamble, brave, but a big gamble to take it on. He's done incredibly well. I think they will push them close, but gap 6 points.
They've also done well in Europe this year.
Gap is 6 points at the moment. I don't see it getting too much closer. As Gordon says, Celtic have got a little bit too much quality. And
the fact that Celtic, I think Celtic had something like 11 or 12 injuries tonight, or suspensions, and still won the game against Hibs. You know, it shows that they had a sticky spell about 6-7 weeks ago, but they've come through that again.
Have they got the better strength in depth for you?
They've got a better strength in depth, yeah. Absolutely.
And again, do we go back to the mentality side of it, of winning so many consecutive titles? They really are in the
driver's seat, listen, I've been there myself, even 6 points now, I'm telling you that's got to affect Celtic. Seriously, because I've been there myself. When you think, oh, you're 12 points ahead and it's back to 6, you go, whoa, am I going to be the player and the manager at losing a 12-point? It definitely affects. That result is huge for Rangers tonight. And that'll keep it going, that'll keep everything going. It'll give Rangers a spring in the step. Because I think if you're Celtic, you think, right, if we beat Hibs tonight, Aberdeen and then draw, yeah, that's good. But for Rangers to get the win, that actually sets the alarm bells ringing.
Is that quite a smart bit of business then, bringing Jermain Defoe in on that?
Oh, definitely. He's a fabulous goal scorer. You know, looks after himself incredibly well. Is still incredibly fit. Didn't play enough at Bournemouth. You know, obviously the strikers in there, Wilson especially did very, very well. But why wouldn't you take a player like that? That you know has got a great attitude, is happy to... Well, he's not happy, but he'll accept being on the bench from time to time.
The funny thing is, do you think Defoe going to Bournemouth actually pushed on Wilson and King?
Yeah.
Him about there. And maybe the theory of playing, but actually watching them working at the same time. Because sometimes that can happen. You go along and think, I can get this team. And Wilson is now come on, and King's always been a threat.
Gerrard's been clever, hasn't he? And he's brought in senior players. And he's clearly brought in those players for their attitude, for character, to show the other players what it's all about, to set those sort of standards, you know, that he wants, that he talks about. And Jermain Defoe will be exactly the same. You know, he's not there. He's not there for the money. He could have gone to China or America or wherever it was. You know, he's gone there to do a job and to try and win something. And I think, again, it's not just about what he brings on the pitch. It's about his attitude and everything he brings back off the pitch as well.
You talk about applauding Gerrard for making the move, but does he need to win something in his first season for it to be justified, to be a success?
No, I think he had to close that gap significantly from where it was last season. And I think he's done that well, as long as they continue in the same vein. If they finish 6 points behind Celtic, I think that has to be considered a big success this season. If there's
a disaster in the next couple of months, yeah, that'd be a problem. But I don't think there's going to be a disaster. I think whatever happens now, it's going to be good for Rangers, and it'll push Celtic And I think at the end of the season, people say, "Well done, Rangers."
I don't think anybody...
It's brought the whole thing back to also Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock have been Steve Clarke's record. I think Steve Clarke's record over the calendar year, points-wise, was the best in the league. That's incredible.
No one expecting Steven Gerrard and Rangers to win the title just because he went there. Everybody knew it was going to be a very, very difficult job just to close the gap, and he's done that. I mean, if they were to win it, from where they were and how far they've been behind, would be would almost be a miracle. It's almost, it's not quite a Leicester job.
It's not a Leicester job, no.
But it's because to make up that ground and then go ahead of them, you know, with nowhere near the amount of resources, nowhere near experience, his first
and
job.
saying that the resources are getting better to afford the wages
and his first job and everything else.
Steve Davis has went back there, terrific player. So he's been there before, but you need the cash to bring them in. And I'm saying that result they had against Celtic and beat them 1-0 has allowed that to happen. I think if they got beat with Celtic that game, you wouldn't have seen these players here.
Quick touch on one of their effective players, well, when he's on the pitch, Alfredo Morelos. Yeah. Sent off again. Seems to really dislike Aberdeen, doesn't he? When he eventually comes back into the starting lineup, can he play with Defoe? You mentioned about him playing with one striker.
I think the one striker's best. Okay. For what the rest of the Rangers team, I think it's best for the other 9 players. You know, if you have the 2 playing, I think you have to move people into different positions that they don't like playing. Like the wider men don't like playing in a 4. You'd have to narrow that. I think the 3 in midfield, the 2 wider ones and 1 up the middle, is what, you know, if you look at Celtic's Rangers results, that's what they like doing. But what I'm saying, it was good management and well backed, because I think if you watch Morelos, this can happen. But you've seen the best of the night. His second goal, I think, when he's side-footed. It's a wonderful goal. But I would like to see him continue what he does in annoying defenders, which he does brilliantly.
Is that how you class that?
Oh, he annoys. They just, I think McKenna's had enough, and he's just thrown his arm at the ball because it's gone somewhere near Morelos. He has to then go, right, how can I? There must be a point, even when he got sent off, when his leg's just about there. And I agree with Dan, he never done much. But it's the threat of doing it, you know, or just touching something. You must be able to, now, I'm going to do this, but I might lose the title with doing this.
And he's got to learn that sooner or later. What's that? His 4th sending off this season, 1 was rescinded.
3 against Aberdeen, which is always a tasty game, by the way. The Aberdeen.
But there's got to be a point where you've got to go, hang on a minute. You know, Steve Gerrard's got to get hold of him and say, look, you can't keep doing this. You are going to cost. You're going to cost the team. You know, you're going to cost us. Yeah, could possibly cost us the title when you could make yourself the biggest hero. You know, in the blue side of Glasgow, but actually, you could be the villain, and you might cost us that title. He's got to stop being petty, I think is the best way to describe it.
But to be fair, I've got to say he has added to Scottish football with all the nonsense that's around him, goals, everything.
And he had plenty of it tonight.
Pages. I mean, he fills the pages. A good goal scorer, he fills the pages. And I've got to say that Scottish football, in terms of excitement, I'm not saying technically and all the rest of it, it's brilliant, but in terms of excitement, it's first class, because that game was first class tonight.